What's up, guys? What? Woo! Woo! I need to go through puberty again, I guess. Wow, I guess this beard is just for show. That was... Did you hear that? What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel in another episode of not racing a Lamborghini in my acclaimed 1,000 horsepower Lambo killer Honda Civic. It's Friday. That means it is Friday night drags, and it is not 6 o'clock yet. So that means we have a couple hours to actually mess with this thing before it needs to go in the trailer, and we take this thing to the track and see if it'll run any second pass. I don't think we're gonna go crazy tonight. We might just do some stuff. Obviously, I would like to get this thing on the dyno and get it like fully 100% tuned, but the setup is not that much different from the past. Same cams, 2.4 liter, actually a little bit lower compression. So mostly what I wanna do today is kind of drive it around, get a little bit more of the drivability, like under 7,000 RPMs. Good. Do some boost hits on the street, make sure everything feels how it needs to do and air fuels are doing their thing. Then at that point, we take it to the track tonight and see what she'll run, which I'm pretty stoked about. So I guess let's start messing with this thing. So first thing that we did this morning, well, Garrett actually did, is he installed this VTEC block off plate on the back of the engine. Obviously VTEC killer cams, we don't want this thing like, I don't know specifically if it would mess anything up if it like engaged the VTEC solenoid. I don't think it does anything, but we put that on the back of the engine to clean it up. The next thing I need to do is mess with my CAN gauge, because right now it's not working. Like, it's not communicating with it, and we have some CAN signal issues. So this is my CAN gauge right here. This is from BTI. It actually has a CAN switch in it too, so we could like change boost, launch control settings, different stuff like that, which I'm gonna mess with that here in a little bit. This car, it wasn't working. Like, it worked in my S14, it worked in my Supra, it worked in the R32. Figured out the issue is I had the CAN high and the CAN low switched on the actual ECU, so I just looked at the pinout. So now if you take a look at this thing, before, see how it says 14.8 AFR and like 100 on the coolant temp, it just would say 0. And we had a CAN bus error, obviously because of the high and lower switch. So we swapped that out. I looked at the log from yesterday. I kind of played with the tune a little bit, adjusting some fueling stuff. So I think we should be good to go ahead and start it, let it idle. I'll kind of play with the throttle a little bit, drive it down the road, kind of see how that stuff goes. And if everything is going good, we'll roll into some boost, see how it feels. Basically pull, not even pull, just rolling into it, starts to go lean. So something's not, it's never really done that. The setup shouldn't be that much different. Oh my God.
What happened there? This one might be a little. This one might be a little bit too much.
So we just got back from ripping this thing about an hour ago. Temp got up to 224, which obviously we were driving it for a long time. I don't think it'll get that hot at the drag strip. Well, maybe it will get that hot at the drag strip, making 800 or 900 horsepower for hopefully 8 seconds. I don't know what that translates to, but hopefully it'll be doing better than this guy right here. Look at that guy right there.
He's doing great.
34 pounds on the log minus atmospheric is 20 pounds of boost, which is about half of what it should technically be on. Last time it ran at the track, the 9005 was at 30 pounds. Charles, what did you think of the...
I've been in a lot of fast cars. For those of you who don't know, I work for another channel called That Racing Channel, and where I review like fast cars. I've been in 2,000 horsepower Vipers, you know, 2,000 horsepower Lambos, GTRs, whatever. This Civic is something else.
It's probably not as fast because those cars are really refined. This just feels sketchier.
You're right. It's not faster by any means.
Yeah.
But it is way more, like infinitely more sketchy because there's no traction control. There's no ABS. All those cars have like crazy traction control to be able to put the power down.
Well, and they have big displacement engines too.
Right.
So like you feel the power price sooner and it lasts maybe a little longer. This thing is like, it's a light window, so it's like you're in the power and you're going and then you shift, and we haven't even low lift shifted it. We put conventional oil in this thing just for startup break-in. Right now we're gonna go ahead and drain it. If there's any issues, we wanna figure them out now before we go playing around some more on the street or especially at the track. I have some full synthetic oil that we're gonna go ahead and put in this thing after this. Also, Garrett is messing with the brakes because they're a little squishy. Turbine housing, exhaust housing of the turbo is right up next to the thing. Even though it's in a turbo blanket, I think it's just on some regular like Walmart .3. Yeah. So we're gonna put some race stuff in there. Hopefully that will keep the fluid from maybe making it feel squishy. If you're doing 160 miles an hour, you don't want squishy brakes. Filter pulled apart. There's definitely some bigger pieces in here. Do we go drive it again a little bit and see? Like, is this just stuff working its way out? Was there like crud in the block? Like, we did clean the block a little bit, but it wasn't like we went crazy with it. Garrett, what do you think?
Got a lot of new components going together. Looks like bearing material, looks like ring material.
At least it's not these right there. That's some shavings from the vise. At least it's not that, but I don't know. Like, it kind of looks like there's some more stuff in there. Yeah. Like, I wasn't ripping on it when it was like lean. There wasn't anything crazy.
And we're not hearing any sounds like knocks in the motor, right? Because if that much bearing came off of 2-3 rips, you probably have a bearing, rod bearing giving you some.
But it's also so freaking loud too. That hurt me. Woo.
Spicy.
I want to be like the person in like one of those slingshot, you know, attractions at a fair. They like pass out and then like come to and then freak out and pass out again. That's what I'm expecting. So
I like that.
Let's see what happens.
I don't think that'll be you.
Jesus!
That was about 16, 17 pounds of boost. Garrett, what do you think?
It's the fastest 16 pounds I've been in ever.
A little wild, huh?
My car runs 20 pounds. It's just like a street car. It's just peppy. This is a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a new level of stuff.
Yeah.
That was wastegate.
Can't wait for 30. That's insane.
It is pretty wild. I kind of want to go and up it a little bit just to see, but 16. I mean, even if we went to the track today on 16, there was a little bit of stuff in the oil that we're like want to look at. So basically, we went and did that. Now we're gonna pull the filter, cut it, look at it, make sure it wasn't just like debris from like the oil. What was it?
Cooler thing.
There's like an oil cooler sandwich thing that we cleaned out, but it wouldn't like. Who knows if you get it like all out of there, and that's like literally right there with the filter. So I think we're gonna pull the oil filter off it, cut open, look at it, see if it's good. If it's good, then we're gonna go to the track. We made it through tech. This thing, you can just tell that people look at it a lot more driving through the pits. It's just like with the cam, the Vita, it's loud. It sounds like it's broken, but it sounds like it's gonna be fast. When a Honda pulls up, it sounds like that. You better watch out. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna swap the oil filter again. We're cycling through. We want to be as careful as we can, and filters are cheap. Engines are expensive.
Daddy,
oh, what?
This is magic for you.
Oh, a magic rock? Shit. I might need this thing.
Come on, buddy, come on. Come on.
Not bad. I don't know what the boost was at, but it definitely felt slower. 139, but 10.07. That's pretty good. It's crazy that like on its like lowest boost setting is faster than it ever was with the D series at like 30 pounds on that thing.
Right.
159.60. James did a 10.01. I did a 10.07. 10.07. He did a 10.0. Yeah, look at that.
It was a good race.
Yeah, that was
Really
like,
close.
yeah.
James,
I almost beat you.
whole shot win, buddy.
Whole shot win. That's what it was.
That was terrible. How's your go? Good.
Good. I mean, it felt good for the first pass. It felt like not super slow, but obviously it felt slower. 159.60. Man, you had a terrible 60 foot.
Oh, I blew the tire completely.
Oh, jeez.
That was a horrendous pass.
Hey, at least we got to like race together though.
Yeah.
Like we're like testing our setups next to each other. So what can I clickbait this? Like call it the Camaro killer now? Like,
Almost.
he technically won because he got to the end
I
faster.
left it a little early.
You probably, yeah, I seen you lift. It looked like you were like waiting for me to come up. You're like, come on, Trev, like, come on up.
So I was just shaking the tire so bad down track. Well,
Yeah.
it said like, so it spun the tire, I got in it, then it drove towards center, and I got out, and it said sparks came out of the car, out from underneath the car. So like, I don't know what rubbed, but something must have rubbed the track. Or
That's maybe too much power. So I think it spun a little bit on that pass, so we're gonna air it down a little bit more.
Come on, bud. 989. Holy crap.
This car did everything that we asked it to do. We did not ask it to do an 8-second pass tonight, although that is obviously the goal of this thing, is to send it and rip. On 19 pounds, we ran a 9.8 second pass with a 1.6 60 foot, which is pretty bad. The fastest I've ever had 60 foot in all-wheel drive is 1.50. If we get the 1.50 or a 1.4, which this thing technically should do, we should be at an 8-second pass, especially when we, go from 19 pounds of boost to 20 pounds of boost. I just wanted to get the car out, shake it down, row through the gears, hit the no lift shift, sit in the staging lanes, get some seat time in me. Also, the plan is we would like to put this thing actually on the dyno, redo some of the ECU master stuff, maybe put in a strain gauge, and then this thing should like fully send the first rip right after that. So yeah, it was a good test. Everything went really well, and engine held together. Didn't have anything crazy. The logs looked like perfect the whole way, like fuel pressure, oil pressure, air fuel, like everything was doing what we wanted. And I'm stoked on that. So shout out to Garrett for basically coming into town, helping us with this thing. He's gonna be around for another couple weeks, kind of helping us tie up some loose ends on some other things. But I'm stoked on this thing. If you guys are stoked on it, be sure to hit that like button and join the VIP if you want to support the channel. See you guys in the next one.